This video is a parody, created solely for comedy purposes. I do not own Beyblade Metal Fusion or any YouTube channels similar to my own. Welcome to Beyblade Sins, the channel where I got sick, lost my voice, and ended up uploading a day late. Sometimes life sucks, but Beyblade sure doesn't, so let's not keep the cringe waiting any longer.
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip!
It seems we will be required to take things up a notch.
Doji decides that they should take things up a notch, even though, by his own admission, they're
10 days ahead of schedule.
And
Kyoya Tategami is on track. Things are going exactly as I had planned.
come on, Doji, haven't you ever heard the phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it?
What is the current status of the training program?
Doji asks about the current status of the training program even though he means to ask about Kyoya's current progress. The status of the program itself would just be something along the lines of online and functional.
Merci. Sign in, please.
Bonjour.
Is Merci not already signed in? If not, then how is he able to talk to you? Also, this happens a lot with Madoka's computer too, but the text on display is nothing more than random and meaningless strings of letters and numbers. I held off on sinning it till now because I felt that this episode demonstrated it best. 'Cause, you know, big screen. Let's give him 10 sins for every instance of laziness throughout the series and call it a day.
Ooh, well, it's so shiny and clean and all balancy and...
Of course it's balancy. It's a freaking balance type!
You don't like filet mignon?
That's not filet mignon, it's a sirloin steak. The Japanese version even confirms this.
Well, there's no use in letting it get cold.
Not only does Jinga appear out of nowhere, he somehow knew to bring a fork with him, since it clearly wasn't included in the lunchbox Madoka prepared.
Best steak ever.
Jinga steals somebody else's food, then rubs salt in the wound by talking about how delicious it was. Jinga is an asshole.
He lost a battle to some weird guy!
What weird guy?
Well, the guy told me that if I wanted to save Kyoya, I had to defeat Jinga!
That doesn't answer the question. Even if you don't know Doji's name, you could at least try to describe him.
Kenta, is it true that you're able to use a special move?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that it was all thanks to Benkei!
Who exactly did they hear this information from? It's obvious that nobody present told them, and the only other person who would know about Kenta's special move is Hikaru, who I highly doubt was spreading the word of her loss through the streets.
Please, can you train us too?
Come on, give them some training.
Oh.
These creepy AF eyes! Seriously! This is nightmare fuel!
Now from the gut!
Kenta was given actual intensive training, which these three knuckleheads need even more than he did. And yet, for them, Benkei decides that just screaming will suffice.
Can they really win like that? Sure, he's a pro.
No, he is not.
We'll be arriving shortly.
Where are you taking me now?
Only demanding to know where you're headed after you've already boarded. Again!
You would lose. In your current state.
What are you talking about?
Cinematics aside, Kyoya's face shouldn't be reflected like this based on where he's seated.
As a result of your training with the newest machines, your strength has been multiplied by 2.8.
Even more child labor!
Even if you use traps to try to exploit your opponent's weakness, he will repel all of that with the power of his heart.
Except, Jinga did lose to one of those traps. If Tetsuya had just employed that trap first, and hadn't insisted on a best 2 out of 3, he technically would have won.
We call it Wolf Canyon.
Why Wolf Canyon?
I love Kyoya, but this is a stupid ass question. The name feels pretty self-explanatory.
Just you wait, Jinga Hagane!
Kyoya releases the parachute without tugging on the cord of the pilot chute.
A bull! He's like a bull!
Probably because he is a bull.
I don't know about you, but I personally have never seen a bull chugging orange lava burst high C.
Huh? This looks different. Must have redecorated.
Pathetic partitions aside, Jenga somehow doesn't realize that this porta potty is connected to a whole ass truck!
What's going on?
Kidnapping someone in broad daylight.
Ah!
The English version doesn't cut the scene where Jenga freaks out about being literally caught with his pants down, which wouldn't usually be a sin, but they cut out Benkei getting nuts shotted in the first episode, so it's weirdly inconsistent that they're not being prudes about this too.
I am your host, formerly named ISBG 5386292C4 mainframe, or Merci for short.
In what universe is Merci short for ISBG 5386292C4 mainframe? The first three letters are ISB, so why not go for Isabel?
Excusez-moi? You're not familiar with the smash hit television show Challenge Blader?
Never heard of it.
Really? We had such high hopes for a second season.
I'm sure that'll happen for you.
I love everything about this interaction. It makes me laugh every time.
Bladers compete in various challenge games to prove their Beyblade skills.
With my bay?
No, with your butt crack. Of course with your bay, you numbskull! This skull appears to belong to a dinosaur. Sin on the Dark Nebula for not reporting the discovery and making bank.
Not good.
Kyoya falls way too far away from these ledges to have bumped into them on the way down. As much as I love Kyoya, I've got to be somewhat unbiased, so Kyoya survives this. False advertising. Don't try this at home, kids. Your bay launcher is not a grappling hook. Learned that one the hard way. Kyoya goes from swinging forward and backward to swinging side to side between shots.
What's this?
Look out behind you.
As I mentioned 2 episodes ago, Jenga is deathly afraid of needles. In the Japanese version, this detail is a subtle nod to the fact that Doji may have been monitoring Jenga from even earlier on than we thought. The American version, however, changed that dialogue, which ultimately results in the tragic loss of this clever callback. And that, of course, is a sin.
I will win!
This training arc does so much for Kyoya's character. It allows him to demonstrate his drive, which he carries with him for the rest of the series. It shows us that he's willing to work hard, he's not just all talk and natural talent. As much as I'd love to give a sin off for this, I'm actually going to add one instead, for not dedicating minor arcs like this to more characters who were deserving of them.
Now continuing on to stage 9.
Depriving us of witnessing stages 3 through 7.
Now I will collect data on Pegasus.
Only now, 9 stages in, does Merci say he'll start collecting data on Pegasus. What were the first 8 stages for? Kicks and giggles?
20 seconds remain.
For the sake of time, I'm not going to play the entire clip, but Jenga takes well over 20 seconds from now to knock that thing over. You can fact check me by watching the full episode on YouTube.
Because the bigger it is, the more likely it is to lose its balance.
Oh, quit trying to be a special snowflake. Just say the bigger they are, the harder they fall, like the rest of us.
Hey, wait! What about my prize?
Not giving our boy a prize. It was the least Doji could do to keep up the charade. Booting Jenga from the van inexplicably makes the same sound as a Pokeball opening.
Jenga! Are you alright? Just how badly did you have to go to the bathroom?
It went from midday to sunset, and these two seemingly just sat here the entire time. What a waste of a day.
I have returned, Master.
But Merci is a program. He shouldn't have to return. He can easily be in 2 places at once.
Mr. Doji, sir, we have received contact from Wolf Canyon.
Contact from what? Last I checked, Kyoya didn't have a cell phone, a transmitter, or even a walkie.
What? But that's not fair!
Mercy's dangerous trap might just be my favorite episode of Season 1. Could you tell? Regardless, have a good one, Bladers, and I'll see you in the next Beyblade Sins.